Yes, y'all. Welcome to Megla Conspiracies with the Don. Y'all. Welcome to Mega Conspiracies with the Don. Make sure I'm on. This is for the brother, the great brother, Nipsey, the great brother, great mind, the great mind of our brother Nipsey Hussle. Pardon me 1 second. Yeah, I'm just playing in the AM right now, and I'm really vibing off of the spirit of our brother Nipsey Hussle, and I'm really starting to see it. The brother's a great mind. So let me get this show rolling by the grace of God. Get on to the show. Nipsey Hussle, a great mind. All right. All right, cool. All right, so first of all, I just want to say the brother's great. Off top. That's number one. Nipsey Hussle is great. So let's just get that out the way right now. Rest in power, my brother. Rest in power. Rest in power to the great Nipsey Hussle. And to be honest, it took some time for me to realize just some of the greatness that I'm able to witness now. And I'm still not able to capture it all because it's going to take a lifetime and lifetimes to really understand the greatness of souls when they're in harmony with the Most High. When I first learned of Nipsey Hussle, I was real caught up in my own life. Um, I had just went through the experience of watching Death Row, Snoop Doggy Dogg, roll through obviously Tupac, Master P, another great one. So there's some great ones that was coming through, but I'm speaking about LA in particular. But I mentioned Master P only because Nipsey Hussle mentioned him before, and he stated that he was going to be the next Master P. It's a lot of people in the game with money. You know, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Bad Boys, record icon, got plenty of money. You know, on his way to a billionaire. So he's the man. Jay-Z, of course, on his way to a Billy. And with Beyonce, he's Billy Plus. Dr. Dre, pardon me there, that's the remote. The conspiracies. There might be this guy that runs through the community that is called Lex. He practices voodoo and witchcraft and things. He once sent a rat to chew through my back door. Gotta watch these damn rats, y'all. True story. A rat chewed through my back door. It was a metaphysical sign when the brother sent that rat at me. And I know this is a sidebar, but sometimes you got to do it. But he sent a rat to chew straight through my back door. And I finally got him out of my house, but it was a doozy. But I was perplexed. I was like, why would a rat chew through my back door? You know? But it was a sign from the heavens. It was the conspiracy in my mind of a witch doctor, a voodoo practicing high priest of Luciferian inspiration. It was him who did it. But it was a sign that I had in my circle some goddamn rats. And, you know, I don't really like, well, I know the Most High created everything. And I know everything has a purpose. I don't really like rats. Now, to all of you rat lovers out there, we're talking about the physical rat, you know, the real rat, the rodent. There's people out there who got pet rats. So we don't want to offend anyone on the megla conspiracies with the dime. We don't want to offend you rat lovers. This was a wild rat. This wasn't a pet rat. So for you who have a pet rat, of course, if you want to love your rat, please do. In some places, they eat rats. I'm not saying this right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But I have seen full course meals with a rat on the plate. Okay. So this world that we live in is so on another level. It depends on what vibe you want to vibe to. So for the rat lovers on both sides, whether you got a pet rat or you got a rat on your plate, I'm not trying to offend you if you love rats. What I'm speaking about is a wild rat that chewed through my back door. And it was a sign from the ancestors that it was a rat in my crew. It was a rat in my circle. See, when the ancestors speak to you, you gotta listen. You gotta read the signs, like the good book, the Bible says. Well, you know, like I told you about that guy Lex, he don't believe in the Bible no more. He's a Luciferian. And so he even said he was gonna burn the book one day. And I can't wait. Not I can wait, but I want to see him do that. Because he used to be a Christian, y'all. But now he hates Jesus and the whole book. Why am I talking about him? Like I said, he's a witch doctor, a voodoo practicing high priest, a Luciferian, and he sent a rat to chew through my back door. Back to the story of our brother Nipsey. It's not really a story, it's real life. Nipsey Hussle grew on me. When I first seen him, you know, he was tall. He resembled, to some degree, Snoop Dogg, just physically speaking. I'm just telling you how Snoop Dogg impressed upon my mind at that time. Now, Snoop Dogg is on a whole nother level right now. Obviously, he's in his own zone. He's a mature man. I'm speaking about, 10, 15 years ago. Okay. See, if Nipsey Hussle passed at 33, let's go 13 years ago when Nipsey Hussle was 20, right? 13 years ago when Nipsey Hussle was 20, he was a young G coming out the hood, aspiring, the same motherfucker. But he was just caught up in all of maybe the things he was doing. Now, I got to go and check when he dropped his first rap song. But let me tell you, people, it takes a lot to just do a song, especially when you're caught up in the streets. So for Nipsey Hussle to emerge from the street life, the gang life, something that he was born into, and then to make a rap song, that was a major transition, and I'm sure that took a lot. But I would love to research and find out, when did Nipsey Hussle drop his first song? Now, even when I find out when he dropped his first song, I have to go back further and realize that it takes time just to get to that point to drop a song because you're so caught up in what you're doing. So the brother's been marinating for years upon years upon years upon years. They say pressure makes diamonds. Black coal deep in the earth, pressure over time produces a diamond. Nipsey Hussle is a diamond in the rough. He's a diamond amongst men. Nipsey Hussle was pressurized into a diamond. He never burst, broke down under pressure. He never, they say pressure bursts pipes. Well, Nipsey Hussle never broke down, y'all. Pardon me, that's my little boy waking up in the middle of the night, probably having nightmares, you feel me? Because Lex the Luciferian is always around. And I'm playing in the AM right now. This is the Megalodon 415 playing in the AM. And when I play in the AM, because I'm a wizard myself. I perform rituals, you know. Hey, voodoo, black magic, white magic, any type of magic that you want to do, we can do. I'm just a nigga out the hood, Trick. You feel me? But at the same token, I'm in my roots. I'm talking to the ancestors. And right now, our brother Nipsey Hussle is an ancestor, and we want to give praise and thanks to Nipsey Hussle. The brother is great. You know, I know it now. Again, when I first learned of Nipsey Hussle, seeing him on the big screen, I was still captivated by the the death row whole thing that was going on at the time. You know, just coming off of that, Snoop Doggy Dogg, a huge star in the making. He was already huge, but we knew he was going even further. Okay. Now, this is West Coast. I'm from the West Side. Bay Area, indeed, but West Side. Okay. California, baby. San Francisco, California, Bay Area. All that shit, Richmond, Oakland, right? We're talking about the Bay, the Bay, the Bay, the Bay. We even include Vallejo, even though it's not by the Bay, but E40 is so goddamn, yeah, feel me? Now, when we say Bay, we're talking about the water front, the Bay. But E40 is the Bay. And then you got so many others, God damn it. We can go down the history line. If you don't know the Bay Area hip hop, you need to go ahead and Google it. Bitch. Right? I mean, you gotta Google it if you don't know something. That's all you gotta do nowadays. You don't have to be like, oh man, I don't know. Google it, bitch. Now, when I learned of Nipsey Hussle, I was fresh off of the Snoop Doggy Dogg becoming a star, becoming the man. He was just growing, dropping albums. Snoop Doggy Dogg was a big star. And anybody coming out from LA at the time, you bet not look like Snoop Dogg because he was just too big at the time. But the thing is this, whatever skin you're born in, you can't make that up. The Most High gives it to you. So shit, Nipsey Hussle, to me, maybe not to all of you all, but to me, when I first seen him, I ain't talking about with the beard, because he got a beard now, or he had a beard, rest in power to our brother. We know we love you. But the brother has a beard. He had a beard, and before the beard, he was just a clean faced brother, and he was tall, he was light skinned, and he resembled to me Snoop Dogg. And like I said, I was just so blinded by Snoop Dogg growth that I don't think many of us paid real attention to Nipsey Hussle when he first came out. I'm just gonna keep it real. I didn't see the power in this young man, the intelligence. I didn't recognize the pure game because I was blinded by the bright star of Snoop Dogg. And this brother who was coming out of LA after Snoop Dogg, to me, looked like Snoop Dogg. So I kind of brushed it off like, oh man, they ain't gonna let this brother come through. He looked too much like Snoop Dogg. That's what I was saying in my mind. Like, goddamn, he looked too much like Snoop Dogg. However, the brother kept pushing. Nipsey Hussle, he kept pushing. Year after year after year after year, y'all. Tier after tier after tier after tier, y'all. Now, he was independent because nobody put him on. They was not blackballing them only, whiteballing them too. Because, you know, when you got these big companies, the conspiracy theory is shit. They keep motherfuckers out that they don't want in. And when they don't want you in no more, they put your ass out. That's the conspiracy theories, but that's what we're dealing with right now. The conspiracies of the megalodon. Megala conspiracies with the Don. When they want you, they keep you, protect you. You're their main ace. When they don't want you no more, they expose you and they throw you away and eliminate you. This is what they do. This is the conspiracies, y'all. And I understand what goes on that level in my own mind. However, I'm giving you an experience that I had when I first saw Nipsey Hussle. I wrote him off as a Snoop Dogg lookalike. I'm confessing now because confession is good for the hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So when you confess, it actually purifies your heart. And I'm letting the world know that Megalodon 415, when I first saw Nipsey Hussle, I knew he was powerful. It's just that he looked so much like Snoop Dogg. I was like, man, they gonna let this brother through because he looked too much like Snoop Dogg. You can only have one Snoop Dogg, one star coming out of LA that looked like Snoop Dogg. And I wonder, is that one reason why the brother grew the beard? Now I'm just speculating and I'm doing another sidebar. But Nipsey Hussle grew a beard because he wanted his own fucking look. Nigga, I'm tired of being compared to another nigga. You feel me? No disrespect to Snoop Dogg. But, you know, a motherfucker want to be himself. They don't want to be compared to another motherfucker. Nigga, I ain't trying to be you. I'm doing me. So Nipsey said to the world, fuck the world. You know, just like Tupac. You know, when you say fuck the world, it's not like you really don't care about the world. You're just saying, fuck everybody else, nigga, I'm doing me. So Nipsey Hussle started growing a beard and came into his own. Like, fuck that, I'm growing my lion's mane. I'm becoming a lion now. Okay. And plus, I'm getting from up underneath this imagery of LA and Snoop Dogg, where niggas think I'm trying to be Snoop Dogg. Now, to Nipsey Hussle's credit, he didn't sound like Snoop Dogg one iota. Okay. Now, Snoop Dogg got the easy flow, mellow, laid back. Nipsey Hussle was all in your fucking face. But it's in a fly ass way. Okay. Nipsey Hussle was a fly ass nigga. When I mean, especially in these recent years when he got to the next level. You know, at first he was fly as just, you know, a gang banging representative of the colors and the clothing that they wear. So he represented to the fullest. Okay. So we don't want to say he didn't have style and fashion. He was representing in his mind the life that he was born into. So the brother was fly even back then. However, when he started wearing his sweatsuits and, you feel me, putting his bling on and being a player, man, the brother, he took a lesson from, you know, shit, the goddamn game book and said, nigga, you know, get fly on the motherfucker. Now, this is Bay Area shit. We get fly. Okay, I'm not saying brothers don't wear their colors and do this and that. But when a motherfucker from the Bay decides to get fly, it's just like everybody, they got their own little, you know, look. You know, all y'all got your own look. You're all fly. So I'm not saying that y'all not fly also. Everybody have their own look and y'all are fly too. Wherever you from, you a fly ass nigga. You feel me? But what I'm saying is this bass shit, nigga, we come from the game, you know, where shit, these brothers out here, man, they some fly ass motherfuckers when they get on. They know how to put their clothes together and be fly as fuck. This is the Bay Area. This is California. Some of the flyest motherfuckers on earth. Just like you, wherever you from, you're some of the flyest motherfuckers on earth. So we're not putting you down. I'm just expressing myself, and I'm talking about Cali right now, California. And I'm letting you know that when Nipsey Hussle decided to put his fucking Mac hand down, shouts out to JT, the bigger figure, who gave us that good, great song, Put Your Mac Hand Down, and that whole imagery of the Mac comes from the pimps and the players. The whole imagery of the Macs, the players, the pimps, that's Bay Area shit all day. Okay? That's California, baby. So brothers out here learned early on how to get their clothing on. Now, every place got their own fly wear. So I'm gonna keep it real. Some fly motherfuckers everywhere I look. You know, we just know how to be fly. That's just the game. Game recognized game in the Bay, man. And we'll give another shout out to JT, the bigger figure, aka Fig Panamera. Now, I will say that JT, this is another sidebar, but it's okay because we're freestyling, you know, in the AM, and I'm just playing around in the AM. I am your host, the Megalodon, for one, for the po ones, for one to the fever, turning these haters, constantly turning these haters into true believers. And I'm playing in the AM right now, and we giving love to the great mind, the genius, Nipsey Hussle. This is a victory lap. The brother is great. Now, shouts out to JT, the bigger figure, a Bay Area icon, San Francisco icon, really worldwide because he's been all over the world doing his independent thing. JT, the bigger figure, goes back with shit, Master P, back in the days before Master P blew up to the billionaire. Okay, JT, the bigger figure, helped Master P with some of this game on how to be independent. That's JT, the bigger figure, independent, the independent game. All you got to do is Google it, bitch, and you'll see JT, the bigger figure. Now that's figure, Figga, bigger, Bigga. Okay, Ebonics. You feel me? So JT, the bigger figure, is a San Francisco icon, a Bay Area icon, a worldwide icon. He has helped put niggas on. Okay. He worked with people before they became famous. We're talking about the Migos. We're talking about Future. We're talking about, goddamn it, Zaytoven, the one who gave you all that hot shit, them hot beats for Gucci Mane. You dig? It's a big list. You know, obviously, in San Francisco, he did his own thing. The GLP, y'all probably don't know about them because it probably never just reached your radar. But the Get Low Players, that's coming out of San Francisco, California. Okay. Great people on the roster. I mean, it was powerful, y'all. A powerful, powerful independent movement that made brothers rich and famous. Straight up. Um, the Game out of LA. JT, the bigger figure, met the Game in LA, saw the brilliance in the Game, the artist, the rapper, the Game, saw the potential in the Game, brought him to San Francisco, recorded music with the Game, put out the music with the Game, and then people heard the Game. And before the shit really hit the shelf, Dr. Dre said, I gotta have the Game. And Dr. Dre, being from LA, was closer to the Game. And since JT, the bigger figure, never signed the Game, he just made music with the Game. It was a business move, money move. Didn't sign no paperwork with the brother because he wanted the brother to be free. And so the game went and worked with Dr. Dre, and the rest is history. Now, the game doesn't really speak about JT, the bigger figure, because maybe it's a history that the game don't want the world to recognize for whatever reason, because maybe think it will dampen his star to say that he was discovered before Dr. Dre. But the fact of the matter is, JT, the bigger figure, a an icon out of San Francisco, California, Frisco, baby, Bay Area, discovered the game. All you got to do is Google it, bitch, and you eventually will find out who discovered the game. It's JT, the bigger figure out of San Francisco, California, y'all. But Dr. Dre gets the credit because that's big business. And sometimes no loyalty is in the business. This is not a conspiracy. It might sound like one. Individuals are conspiring. That's how it is, y'all. So JT, the bigger figure, is an icon who I bring up because Nipsey Hussle is independent because niggas didn't put him on. Why didn't niggas put Nipsey Hussle on? See, that's a whole nother conspiracy in and of itself. Why didn't people put Nipsey Hussle on? Why did he have to work so hard? Why did he have to get to the point where he said, fuck you niggas, fuck the world, just like Tupac said? Okay. And years later, I heard of Nipsey Hussle again. Now, like I said, I was caught up in the whole Snoop Dogg West Coast shit. And in my mind, I was like, he looked too much like Snoop Dogg. Okay. But he was doing this shit, but I wasn't really on his music. I really wasn't following his movement. And then, and again, I was caught up in my own life too. I was doing a lot of different things. And so I wasn't really following hip hop like that because I was caught up in my own life. So I didn't have that luxury to just be caught up in hip hop like that, to be honest. I saw him, I saw his movement, but I was like, I don't think they're gonna let him in because he looked like Snoop Dogg. Now I understand when I said I don't think they're gonna let him in. I'm talking about the big money people. They can only afford to have so many people in the shit. So if you don't cut the check for them, they're not letting you in. Now, Nipsey Hussle was making his own check. But at the time, his music probably wasn't in their mind the next big wave. Because see, Nipsey Hussle is like a young Jeezy coming up out, his trap music days where he was telling motherfuckers how to hustle and get motivated, motivational music for the hustlers, right? Nipsey Hussle is really a motivational speaker using hip hop, showing brothers how to make it and sisters, any race, any nationality. He's showing you how to get yours when you're rejected, when you're despised, when people not giving you an opportunity, when they're cutting you out, when they're white balling you, black balling you, brown balling you, Chinese balling you. I mean, whatever kind of ball they're doing, where they keeping your ass out, you got to find a way to get in. All right. And Nipsey Hussle represents that relentless spirit of kicking the door down, breaking the door down. Hey, we ain't letting you shut us out. I'm not going to let you shut me out of my dreams. I'll run through this goddamn door with momentum, right? The marathon continues. So Nipsey Hussle came back into my mind when he came out with his next mixtape album, and he was like, I'm charging $100, for every album. And I believe that was the mixtape because Victory Lap, this latest one, is just, it's classic. You feel me? The brother kept growing, kept growing, kept growing to where Victory Lap, the album, is classic. I mean, it's powerful. It's amazing. The brother was in a zone. Victory Lap is timeless. Nipsey Hussle was in a pure zone. The people that worked with Nipsey Hussle, all of y'all were in a zone. Greatness is right there. It's timeless. It's right there. And when I listened to it, I said, damn. Because see, I'm late blooming with this shit. But when I listened to it, I said, this shit is classic. This is classic. And when I say classic, I'm talking about classic hip hop. Now, classic hip hop has a lot of ingredients in it. You know, timing, background, story, you know, just everything, the history, just everything that goes into that album, that artist that makes it classic. And when I listen to Victory Lap, just recently, I'm not going to fib the people. I said to myself, this is classic. In fact, I'm just now listening to it right now before I got on this live stream. And tears, tears of joy welled up in my eye. And I said, this brother is great. It was no denying it no more. Zero fucking more. I said, this brother is great. And tears just welled up into my eye. Now, you know, I think this is the second time tears came into my eyes. The first time is when, you know, I learned of the brother demise. And I was in the room and I was just chilling. And you know, I knew he was great. And so shit, tears just started coming in my eyes. Like, man, we took a loss here. Felt like we lost a family member or somebody that I know. And I don't even physically know the brother. I never been around him, never been to a concert of his. But when the loss happened, it reminded me of just like I felt when I lost other great ones. You know, I remember shedding tears for Tupac, being devastated like I lost a brother. I remember that. I remember, you know, banging Biggie in spite of the fact I'm from the West Side. I'm from the West Side, but I said, this nigga Biggie is great. And as much as I love Tupac, I had to admit, Big Papa Biggie was fucking and is fucking great. Straight up. So Biggie was a loss. Now I'm from the West Side, and yes, I love Tupac. I didn't agree with Tupac going all out in the sense that, hey man, it's got to be war. I didn't like that. I'm gonna let y'all know that because I feel like, you know, brothers warring with each other, we don't win that way. Especially when you're trying to take a man and crumble his business. Now, if it would have been battle rap and the brothers was just going back on a battle rap level, okay, y'all can do that. Y'all can war on that level. But once it went to the streets, I didn't appreciate that. I didn't want to see the brothers fight in the streets. That's just me, y'all. You know, some of the other people may have wanted to see the fighting and the craziness from Tupac and Biggie and the wars and the street wars, the brothers who was losing lives. I didn't want to see that. So Tupac being a leader, I was really hoping he wouldn't have went that route. But I respected Tupac for doing what he did because he said, hey man, these motherfuckers fucked me over. and goddamn it, I'm riding till I die. And you got to respect the motherfucker who go all out on that level. I respected him. I just didn't agree with it. I gotta respect the nigga for doing it, but I didn't agree with it. I said, damn, you too rich and famous to be in the goddamn thick of this shit like that. You need to be protected and secured. We need you around, Tupac. That's how I was feeling. I wasn't feeling like, oh man, you know, why is Tupac doing this fucking with Biggie? I was more so like, brother, you're too precious to us, to our community, to risk your safety out there on this level, because we need you, my brother. So that's what I meant when I say I didn't really like the way Tupac went into that war zone against Bad Boy Records and Puff Daddy and Biggie and everything. But I definitely respected it. So when I lost my brother Tupac, I felt bad. When I lost Biggie, I felt bad. You know, and there's others out there, you know, Soldier Slim. You know, that's another motherfucker from the South. You know, when we lost him, we felt bad because that was another nigga coming up. Soldier Slim. You know, that's the whole South movement during the time with Master P and Cash Money. He was around, you know. Soldier Slim was a cold motherfucker. Man, hate that I, you know, couldn't get more of the goodness of that brother, Soldier Slim. You know, Nipsey Hussle, another brother. You know, I learned of him late, but Nipsey Hussle was another powerful brother. I mean, it's just so many, y'all. If I just go down the list, you got the Young Brothers out of Chicago, so many rappers. When you hear their music, you're like, this brother could be something powerful. And they get cut down in the streets, and you're like, God damn, what the fuck is going on? So greatness is all around us. These brothers are great. Make no mistake about it. They're expressing their greatness through their hip hop. All of the fallen soldiers, if you just go back and just study them, they had greatness in them. They were cut down early. And that's the unfortunate thing. That's what I'm saying with Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle. Wow. This brother was on another level with his business and shit. His flow, his music is banging. I mean, Victory Lap is classic. And he did it independent. This is why people think there was a conspiracy against Nipsey Hussle, because he was getting too big for his own good, so to speak. See, the music industry is big business, just like any business. Shit. Let's say I want to get into the toothpaste business, and I come up with a nice little toothpaste, you know, that is booming. Well, shit, big business of toothpaste. You know what I'm saying? They like, who is this motherfucker coming into our business? You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm a small guy, like, nigga, I got this good toothpaste. Y'all need to try this shit out, and y'all love it, right? Make your breath smell good. You getting the ladies, all the shit. Tastes right, right? It's doing the job, tastes right, protects you from the cavities, all the shit. It's all love. I'm making money. Shit, I buy me some nice whips and mansion and all the shit. I'm doing good, right? But guess what? The toothpaste industry, there's some people in it that might be sitting back like, who is this little guy? Who is this motherfucker? Who is this prick that's just invading the business, taking profits from my chambers? Now, listen, this is a free market. This is America. We say free market, right? Well, it's not free. Remember now, the slaves built this shit on the backs of the sweat, tears, and blood, right? You might say y'all had the mind in the forefathers. Well, goddamn it, if you had the mind in the forefathers, whether it's George Washington or whoever else you want to say is your forefather, right? Who built this shit? Who put the fucking work in terms of sweat, blood, and tears on another level? Not just fighting wars, but building shit up, constructing buildings. See, a lot of the slaves that they got, these slaves had building capabilities in them. Slaves wasn't just individuals who carried a goddamn load on their back. They knew what to do with the load. They knew how to build shit up, y'all. Master builders. The slaves were master builders. And they became master builders because they had to do the work. So they built a lot of shit. This is all business. They say it's not personal, it's all business. Uncle Sam got to get paid, y'all. Taxes got to happen. In America, they don't want you to just make money tax free. That's a crime. It's a crime to make money tax free. You gotta pay Uncle Sam. Now you might say, nigga, I ain't paying Uncle Sam. It's a few people who said that. Wesley Snipes went to jail because he didn't want to do his taxes and help out the goddamn Uncle Sam with the finances. Wesley Snipes gave us Blade. Blade was a great movie and is a great movie. It's a classic. It made hundreds of millions of dollars. The trilogy of Blade, right? It's three of them. The trilogy of Blade. Wesley Snipes said, nigga, I'm not paying Uncle Sam shit. Wesley Snipes went to jail, y'all. Now, he said he'd rather do his time, and he did that, and he kept his goddamn millions. But guess what? Now he's white-balled, blackballed up out of Hollywood. Have you noticed? Because Uncle Sam got to get paid. Nigga, there ain't no goddamn tax-free money circulating around this bitch. I want in. Right? If there's a nickel bag being distributed in Central Park after dark in the wee hours of the night, underneath a broken lamp in the darkness, and nobody see the shit, Uncle Sam want a piece of the action. It's no getting around it, people. Uncle Sam wants in. Remember, I want you. That was the marketing campaign years ago when I was young. I want you. Uncle Sam wants you. Nigga, I want them taxes, goddammit. Uncle Sam got to get paid. Ain't no independent shit in America, goddammit. And I'm just saying that to say that Nipsey Hussle became a threat because he was independent. And yes, he was paying Uncle Sam. He had his taxes together, but I'm not talking about that type of tax. I'm talking about the music industry, the business. He was in the music industry, the business. And Nipsey Hussle was like, man, I'm going to be the next Master P. Now, Master P came in. he got really lucky because they let Master P pay for his own marketing. The music business said, you know what? We don't know who the fuck you are. You want to take a chance on this shit? Fuck it. You want to put your own money up and pay for your own videos and your own marketing? Yeah, fuck it. We'll let you do it. So they gave Master P a deal, which they'll never do again, where he kept the majority of the money and they got the lesser part of the money. Now, the rumor was he kept 85% and gave them 15%. I don't really know the real breakdown of it, but the bottom line is Master P kept the majority of the money because in the contract, he said, I'll pay for my marketing, my videos, I'll pay for everything, and we can just split the profits. But when he paid for everything, that put him in the driver's seat. And they never heard of a Negro, a black man coming from the ghetto, a nigga saying, hey, nigga, I pay for it all. I don't want no advancement. I'm going to pay for all of this shit. I just need y'all for the distribution. They gave Master P that deal. Master P blew up, was putting out his cousins, his friends, niggas from the hood, any hood, selling albums. His brothers. Nigga, that shit blew up. Master P became a billionaire, man. They said they ain't gonna never let that shit happen again. They said they will never do that again. And then, you know, the music business took another turn. The physical album is not what it used to be. Now you need money from the merchandise, the shows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they got the 360 deal where the company is sharing in the profits of everything from the artists. Nipsey Hussle didn't want to do the 360 deal. Nipsey Hussle says, hey, I own my masters. Nipsey Hussle says, I am the master. So when Nipsey Hussle speaks like this and he tells them, hey, I'm the new Master P, that threw up a red flag. Because in their mind, they had already made an agreement. Nigga, we ain't letting no more Master P's come through this bitch. If we can stop it. See, they wanted to prevent the rise of a black messiah. Somebody that could electrify and, you know, bring the people together. So when Nipsey Hussle was doing this movement and they wasn't paying him no attention, he became, in a sense, the new Master P because he was independent, making money. And then as he started growing, they said, nigga, this motherfucker is the new Master P. And the conspiracy really started. Once Nipsey Hussle was rejected, nobody let him in. And he had to do his own thing. Niggas from his own communities, you feel me, record companies, nobody let him in. Nipsey Hussle had to do his own thing. Nipsey Hussle started becoming successful. And they said, hold on a second. We rejected this guy, but he's growing. We look down on this guy, and now he's coming up to look us eye to eye. Nipsey Hussle became a very dangerous man because he was independent. They don't want you to be independent in the music business. Bottom line. Now, you could be independent and you ain't making no money. They don't give a fuck about that. But when you making money, winning Grammys and shit, oh, hell no, nigga. Are you out your goddamn mind? So when Nipsey Hussle tweeted, He has strong enemies. It's a blessing to have strong enemies. He's not talking about, in my mind, he's not talking about just brothers from the community, niggas that got, gang affiliation. No, strong enemies represent people who got a stronghold. And the music industry has a stronghold on our talent. Nipsey Hussle didn't want to let the people in on his business. And that became, in a sense, a reason why he became a target. It wasn't, he didn't want to give a nigga a job. And so the brother got mad, like, oh man, you ain't putting me on. You ain't listening to my demo. I'm a rapper too. Oh, you calling me a snitch? Oh man, fuck you. It's deeper than that. Nipsey Hussle was a leader, a great mind, a leader of men and women. Nipsey Hussle was a great man. Nipsey Hussle had strong enemies dealing with possibly international implications, because remember, he was international in his music, plus his heritage, his bloodline. So the same way he did something for the ghetto right there in LA, right there in the hood, he was going back home to his other homeland where his people was at, and he was inspiring those little ghetto kids over there. He had plans for them also. Nipsey Hussle became a very dangerous man because he was intelligent. He was a visionary. He was brilliant. He was a genius. And he can flow. He could rap. His music was dope. His image became impeccable. He started coming into his own, dressing fly, grew a beard, came from up underneath the shadow of Snoop Dogg, became his own man. Nipsey Hussle became a threat. That's just how it is. It's just too powerful. His music is too fucking good, too great. His business moves were too on point. God blessed him with a great look. He was a fly ass motherfucker. This brother was a force to be reckoned with. Now, in a perfect world, they would have just let Nipsey Hussle eat and do him. In a perfect world, it's like, okay, nigga, you ain't gonna let us in. Go ahead and do you. That's a perfect world. We're not living in a perfect world right now. We're living in a world where corruption exists. We're living in a world where corruption exists. People are bought out. You got sellouts. You got individuals who are go against their own people. You got niggas who from the block who will sell their block out there, wear wires. You got niggas who will make moves against their own kind, knock a brother down, Cain and Abel effect, hating on their own brother, slewing. Cain slew Abel. That's a Bible story. Two brothers. Cain slew Abel because he had a misunderstanding and he had a self-hatred within his own self to go against his brother. They can always find a Judas, somebody who's going to sell out their people, y'all. So when you say it was a brother who did it, yes, but it was a mentally controlled, self-hating, MK Ultra, crazy type of motherfucker who was a shell of himself. Because anytime you take the money Anytime you take the goddamn fire of your desire to knock out your brother for no just cause, you are a devil in human form. So yes, he may have been black on the outside, but in his mind, he was mentally a devil because he went against God. Nipsey Hussle represented God, the God frequency, independent love. The sun frees everything up to be independent, be yourself, takes a seed and blossoms a seed into a beautiful tree and fruit, gives us life, is the source of life for us. It frees us up. The sun represents God. That's the true nature of us. Freeing up the community, being like Nipsey Hussle, giving brothers jobs, making them independent, picking them up off the ground, putting them on their feet, putting a board in their back. Nipsey Hussle was a leader of the community, a great man, a businessman, a hustler, a visionary. Plus, he was a musical genius. Music is banging. His voice far reaching to the ends of the earth. His drive and his hunger could be felt through the speakers, through his music. You can feel his soul. Nipsey Hussle, I apologize, brother, for not recognizing your greatness. I see it now, and it's not too late. It's never too late because Nipsey Hussle is timeless. He's a spirit that shall never die. They may have taken his physical body, but his idea, the idea of Nipsey Hussle, the independent game, the take your life in your own destiny type of man, take your destiny in your own life in your own hand type of man, that shall never die. Because in the streets, in the ghetto, when you're born into nothing, sometimes you got to do something because nobody ain't giving you nothing. They're whiteballing you, they're blackballing you, they're, you know, cock blocking, all that shit they used to say, pussy blocking, whatever the fuck you want to say. Just being a hoe ass motherfucker trying to keep a nigga down, praying and praying for your downfall, plotting against a nigga. And you got to be strong to overcome all of the chaos. Nipsey Hussle overcame all of the chaos. Damn. I'm going to miss Nipsey Hussle. Thank goodness, yes, we have your music, and there's much music that you made that I'm sure we'll hear later. But still, I'm going to miss seeing you and your growth because you had so much more to do. You had so many more moves to make, so many more powerful business endeavors to undertake or to overtake. It's the takeover, bitch. So you still were taken too young at 33 because I'm going to miss what you were about to do, your future endeavors, the plans and things that didn't even come into your head yet because you were still evolving. So that's what I'm going to miss. Shit, Nipsey Hussle, when he was maybe 40 years old, 50, probably would have became president of one of those countries, his homeland, or whatever they call him. I don't know if they call him a, whatever. But he could have got elected into office at a certain point after he did his hip hop shit, and when he decided to settle down because he was 33. So if he wanted to just keep on banging around until about 40 and then go into politics, man, they would have voted Nipsey Hussle into a world leader. Nipsey Hussle would have been a world leader, a president of a country. That's how powerful Nipsey Hussle was. Nipsey Hussle was no joke. And I'm just going to marinate on you, Nipsey Hussle. You're an ancestor now, and I love you. Thank you for inspiring us. And I'm just sorry that I didn't really recognize your greatness. You know, sometimes when you're too close to the sun, it can blind you. And Nipsey Hussle's light was so bright, so brilliant, so radiant. I mean, it blinded me. I couldn't see because I was standing too close to him. I'm out here in the Bay Area. He was in LA. I'm too close to him to really see. I saw it. I knew it. But sometimes you don't really know something until it's gone. And not in your midst no more. Now you can marinate on it, and all I could do is just shed tears of joy. But I'm going to learn from you, Nipsey Hussle. And I'm older than Nipsey Hussle. But Nipsey Hussle resurrected the motivation in me, the hustle in me, the big dreaming in me. And I am older than Nipsey Hussle, so he has to be great to motivate the OGs. Nipsey Hussle was a young OG, but he has motivated the world. So yes, there in my mind, there had to be a conspiracy to get rid of this brother because he was just too powerful to be independent. I wish he would have carried himself like a president, because you can't get too close to the president unless they want you to. Some people say they allowed Kennedy to be assassinated. That's conspiracies, y'all. This is mega conspiracies with the Don. They say they allowed that to happen. That's a conspiracy theory, but that's what they say. John F. Kennedy, the president, was assassinated, but they say that some people say it was allowed by the higher ups, the elite that we don't see, the hidden hand, those who control and manipulate circumstances. So in my mind, Nipsey Hussle was getting too big, making too much, not just money, making too much impact on the people's mind, because that's the new form of currency, attention. And as J. Edgar Hoover said, they wanted to prevent the rise of a black messiah, somebody who could unify and electrify the people. Well, anybody who can unify and electrify the people is a target. And if you're independent, you become even more of a target because now you're playing the game without them getting their cut in their mind. Now, I'm not saying Nipsey Hussle wasn't going to do business with big business. They wanted to control the brother, and he didn't want to be controlled. He wasn't greedy, like, okay, no, I'm not letting y'all in on none of my money. No. People wanted to get in his controlling mechanism maybe own some of his masters. He didn't want to do that. And he was on his way to hundreds of millions of dollars, which would have made it much more harder for them to control. And they wanted to stop that before it happened. Now, that's just my conspiracy theory. They control the money, but they can't control the people. They can't control the love in the people's hearts. Nipsey Hussle had love. Nipsey Hussle made me shed tears, man. Anybody that touches you like that and you ain't never met them before, that's power, family. I never met Nipsey Hussle, but he touched me and I felt like I lost a brother. And I'm very sad. And when I listen to his music, I'm like, this shit is great. And I just shed tears like, man, this shit is awesome. Nipsey Hussle was great. He's powerful. And then I get sad because I'm like, damn, why they took Nipsey Hussle? Now we know the Most High is in control. So the Most High, the all-powerful I in the sky, the supreme being, is in total control. So Nipsey Hussle is still around. Nipsey Hussle is an ancestor now. So I love you, Nipsey Hussle. And I'm going to learn from your work and your motivation. And I am inspired by you, brother. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Nipsey Hussle. Thank you, Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was great, y'all. A hip hop legend. A brother who, I don't care where you're from, you will be motivated if you listen to his music and follow his example of the life that he lived. His business moves, etc., his family life. Nipsey Hussle is a great man for you to follow. Young brothers, long live the spirit of Nipsey Hussle. I see you now, my brother. I see how great you are, man. So you're a hip hop god now, forever in my mind, a hip hop god. Nipsey Hussle is a hip hop god. All praises due to the Most High for Nipsey Hussle. So yeah, there was a conspiracy in my mind to knock off this powerful figure. So I've been rambling and raving and ranting. I just had to get on here and say something because when I was listening to Victory Lap, I said, this shit is classic. And then all of his other music is good and great. So I'm like, this brother's great. This brother is powerful. This is the real deal. Nipsey Hussle was the real deal, and he was in a zone. That's what makes it so goddamn amazing, because he was going even further, but he was in a zone. When you listen to his shit, he was in his zone. Nipsey Hussle the Great, my brother. Thank you, brother. This is your host, the Megalodon, signing out, man. I had to get on here for a minute and give my brother Nipsey Hussle some love. Shit. Nipsey Hussle ain't no goddamn joke. West Side when we ride. West Side when we ride. You one of my greatest on the West Side now, brother. Fuck that. All of the great West Siders, I don't care who you are. From Snoop Dogg to Dr. Dre to Ice Cube, Tupac. I mean, we can go on and on, right? That's LA, Bay. You know, we got Too Short, Mac Dre, E40, Rapping Forte. I mean, it's a few great ones out there who gave us some shit. JT the Bigger Figure, Coog Nut, RBL Posse. You know, it's just so many. I can't really name them all right now, but I'm just saying, whoever it is that I love on this West Side, shit, Nipsey Hussle is at the top of the list with them forever. Straight up. I will never, ever again not know who you are, Nipsey Hussle. You are one of the greatest who ever did it. Long live the spirit of Nipsey Hussle. West Side when we ride. This is your host, the Megalodon 415. And I was just doing a conspiracy hour. And I want to say it's possible, very possible, that the powers that be said that Nipsey Hussle was getting too big for his own britches and they wanted to cut him down. So that's my conspiracy theory. Yes, it's possible. They wanted to cut him down. It's possible. It's possible that they wanted to cut him down, Nipsey Hussle. Victory lap. Classic. A Grammy nominated nigga independently. Hello.